welcome to 𝗥𝗵𝗲 show. We are so grateful to have you always with us, because Rhea and I, we want to always impart knowledge to you so that, you are successful. You lead a successful life in business and in life. And what we want is to always give you more value. But we appreciate you for showing up, because 90% is showing up. And the fact that you guys, you could be anywhere this morning, but you are tuning in and you come back every week to listen, learn, and grow. And this is what growth is all about. It's about showing up. Growth is about being accountable to you so that, you have a successful life, because there's no magic pill. There's no magic to whatever whatever we do in life. When it comes to success, we have to put in the work. And so for that, Rhea and I appreciate you. So thank you so much for always coming and tuning in and to, growing as well with us. So today, my friends, I am going to be leading the conversation. I'm going to be talking about the secret word is attitude. But before I do, talk about what I want to talk about today, I want to introduce myself. And if you are new who want to explore as to what this show is about, well, welcome. So my name is 𝗥𝗵𝗲.
My name is Rhea.
And welcome to our actually show. A very powerful topic, because when we can learn how with our attitude we can achieve so much. And you might agree to this. You might have experienced this in your lives, or you might not have experienced, but if you haven't, just take a blank canvas approach that you are just here to learn, adapt new things, and in that way it's going to serve you. So attitude is where things begin. It begins in our mind. And how do we cultivate? And there are three things that I want to share with you. So number one is your thoughts, because thoughts become things. Thoughts become things. Number two is your feelings. Now, I'm going to draw the diagram, which is, I absolutely love this diagram. It's the stick figure. Now, the stick figure really sort of corresponds to our, your conscious mind, right? And your subconscious mind. But before I go, illustrate that, I want to talk about feelings. Now, feelings come from the subconscious, because your subconscious is your feeling part of your mind. And it's the emotional part of your mind. So are you one with your goals, for example? So your feelings. And number three is your action. So these are the three main that we want to, talk about today. So I'm going to talk about the stick figure, because the stick figure essentially is a very powerful illustration, and it was done with the person who came up with this was a Viennese psychiatrist, and he saw the changes in his patients. And this is your body, and these are your results. So the stick figure, essentially what it corresponds. So your conscious mind, as I said, is the intellectual and is your educated mind. But also the information that we put in our conscious mind, your conscious mind has the ability to reject any information, whether it's good or bad. It's going to reject that information. Okay. And your conscious mind is your feeling. Oh, I'm sorry. So your conscious mind. So this is your feeling. and is your emotional, okay? So here I said the conscious mind, it rejects the information. And your subconscious, it can only accept. Okay? So if you see how, how our attitude, what are we saying? And by attitude, what I want to focus on is our behaviors and our thinking. So your thoughts, okay? Your thoughts. What are you saying every day? Not only to ourselves, what we are saying on a daily basis, but how are you saying whatever you are saying in your mind, whether you say it out loud, whether you say it, but what happens is those thoughts, the universe picks it up. It is very powerful. The universe picks up whatever you are vibrating. So whether you were vibrating, you feel low, say one time. Because all of this, you feel low sometimes, you feel up, you're on a higher vibration. Everything is to do with your attitude. Because say for example, that, you are feeling down. I just give an hypothetical example. Say you are feeling down, okay? So you are on that low vibration. When you go out and you interacting with people, somebody may come up to you and say, "Hi, Alka, how are you doing?" And I'll say, "I'm fine." But you know what? People pick it up because it's energy. We are transmitting energy. And so I absolutely love this, absolutely love it, because when we can learn to decipher how are we just navigating through life? What are we doing? How, in our thoughts, in our feelings, how do we feel? Do we feel low? Do we feel high? Do we feel what are we feeling? And those feelings can be now projected to the other person. So that's why when people say, "Hey, how are you?" And if you say, "Oh, I'm fine," but internally, you're not fine. And then people pick that up. "Oh, well, maybe he or she is not fine. So maybe I'll just leave you alone." So it's just like that. They just leave you alone. So I love this, and I want to talk about, because your thoughts, feelings, and action is the composite. It's a composite of how it makes your attitude. So your attitude is the composite of your thoughts, feelings, and action. So it's like the cake. It's like the recipe of a cake. When you go to bake a cake, is the ingredients that you put it in. And you go to someone's house and you say, "Oh, that," we would say, "Oh, that's a great cake," or "That is so delicious." You don't say, "Oh, that's great, and the ingredients are great," right? You don't say that. You say, "Oh, that is a delicious cake." So it's a composite, it's the ingredients that we are putting in to really make sure that we always stay on the higher vibration with our thoughts, feelings, actions, and our actions will determine as to what results we have in life. What do we get? So there's another illustration that I also want to get, and this is what I'm talking about when we talk about, you can have, like, say, a multitude of thoughts that come in our mind every single day, and these are the thoughts that are going in. You have thoughts coming out from everywhere, but what it simply says is that for you to be on the positive vibration, you always want to keep on flowing. You never want to stop and you don't want to stop, because with the moment you stop, you are now giving away the power that you need to have yourself. So how do we claim back the power? How do we claim back and know that we always have to keep on going forward? Well, the one way that you claim back your power is by always making sure that your conscious mind is always fed well. And how you can feed your mind well is by, you can, affirmations. I love affirmations, because this is when you can affirm to yourself. Okay, when you affirm to yourself every single day, I am good enough, I am strong, I am worthy of success. Okay, affirming to yourself, this will automatically put you in that vibration. Now, this is what I do. Affirmations is my go-to, and it doesn't have to be first in the morning. It could be throughout the day. You're just saying, whether you're driving, you're walking, you're doing affirmations. So when we can start to operate on this vibration, your attitude automatically will begin to change. It automatically has to, and it will. Wanted to just simply share with you that how powerful your mind is. Your mind is a very complex and powerful tool, and oftentimes we don't realize the potential that we have in our mind. We don't have the potential. We don't see that at that moment. So I wanted to just come on and just share with you this principle about attitude, how your attitude can be changed only if you allow it to change. Because there's no point saying, oh, I want this, but, I'm not, but you feel, inside you are not putting in the work. And so if you're not putting in the work, because mind you, the universe sees what you're putting in, and then it's not going to give to you. So change is only inevitable when you can say to yourself, yes, I affirm to myself, I am willing to change. And when you're willing to change, your attitude automatically changes. So I'm going to stop right there, but I will come back to this, because I always feel that, refresher is always good. And especially when you're talking about your mind, I love to talk about this. You have to come back and listen over and over again, so that, you absolutely grasp what you need to do. So if you have any comments, that's great. If not, I totally understand. It is a very, it's your first time, maybe you're listening to this and you want to digest. You want to digest the information. So drop your comments, drop any questions you have in the comments, and I look forward to seeing as to what you have implemented and what you have learned. And the takeaway, the homework that I will give to you, I will challenge you, is to say affirmations. I want you to start saying your affirmations daily, because this will now, you are now reprogramming, you are now rewiring your old set of beliefs to being empowered with the new set, the new you that's going to be now rewiring and reprogrammed to be the new you. So come on, it's 2023. And so we want to see the new you, the new version, the best of us. Then we have to be willing to put in the work. Ria, any thoughts you might have?
Yes. Thank you for that, Alka. So what you said was actually correct. The thoughts, the feelings and emotions, the intellectual rejects it, whereas the subconscious accepts it. Now, what we can also ask our listeners, our viewers, is that do one simple thing. Just do one thing. You don't have to do all of it, right? So if you want to change, start with saying an affirmation a day, just one affirmation.
Exactly. And then after you've done that, start by saying affirmations. And then once to change, it takes 67 days to change. Okay, period. 67 days. But it's got to be consistent. You can't say, okay, I'm going to do affirmations at the 11th of January, and then you don't do it for another week or two. No, that's not going to cut it. You're not going to see the change. If you want to see the desired changes, 67 days consistently, rain or shine, you are going to say your affirmations. And then when the 67th day is up, then find something else that you want to implement. So daily, I will say every month, do different things, set different tasks for yourself in order to change. So that's what I would recommend, Ria, is to every month is to set different tasks. In this way, 100%, the goal you have, and then you're absolutely gonna go forward and do that.
That's correct.
Absolutely. So friends, we've come to the end of another amazing show. This has been so amazing, and thank you so much for always tuning in. We welcome you, and we always value having you here with us, because we're always here to give you more value so that you are successful in life and business. So we will see you tomorrow morning. In the meantime, make the rest of the day the best of your day. Talk to you soon.